Press the bell icon and hit the subscribe button for more Filme Shilmy updates.
Mrunal, first of all, thank you so much for joining me today on Filme Shilmy because I believe this is our first ever video interview. I can't believe it's happening so late since we've kind of been connected.
I know. I don't know what took us so long, but I'm glad that at least it's happening now.
Yes, exactly. Der aaye durust aaye, as they say in Hindi. So
Deer hai, durust hai.
better
Yeah.
late than never. So Mrunal,
Yeah.
a huge congratulations to you on your successful stint in the Hindi film industry. How satisfied and overwhelmed are you with the immense recognition and opportunities you're getting?
See, I'm very blessed, because we keep talking how overwhelmed I get every time I do a new film. And it's very nice when when I was when I used to watch films of say Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra or Queen or Vikas Behel or see all these directors and actors for actors like Farhan and Shahid and Frida and Manoj sir. Is the fact that it's really overwhelming when you work with such talented people, talented directors and the actors, because I feel like when you do a scene with them, when you perform a scene, you learn so many things just by sitting there, just by observing them how they perform. So it's been quite a overwhelming journey, and it's really I think I'm really blessed also, and the hard work is paying off finally.
Definitely, no, absolutely. I think it's all your goodwill and that good intentions, which is all manifesting into the opportunities that are coming your way. So, I'm really glad to hear that. In fact, television is actually a very difficult medium to work in. People think that just because it's an everyday thing, they think it's television. But actually, it's very useful for a lot of actors as well, from the previous conversations I've had with yourself and other actors too. So what has been the most useful learning from there, and how have you carried that learning into your film journey as well?
The most important learning, the one thing that I will never forget about television is you do not think about the hair, makeup, and wardrobe, because there are designated people who are supposed to do their work. But then I think as an actor, if I get into my hair, makeup, and wardrobe, my somewhere down the line, I get distracted. It takes my focus away. And I think what is important is just let it go, just surrender to your director and make sure that you feel the character. And that's what television taught me, you know because we play that one particular character for around numbers and numbers of years. So what is more important is there will be two units happening at the same time. Maybe the directors might change, but you yourself need to be thorough with your character, and that's what helped me in the films as well. Like there are a couple of times, like for example, situation like these. There is a quarantine, the lockdown is happening, so I'm not filming. So there's a lot of gap. So I have to make sure that I keep reminding myself what are the characteristics of this particular character,
Right.
so that I don't forget it. So that there is a link. The whole link kaise break nahi honi chahiye. So I
Gee.
think that's one thing about television, and switching on and off
Yeah.
immediately. Because I realized during Love Sonia it was so difficult for me.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, to get into the character, and there are a lot of actors who practice the method acting, but I don't think I can do that, because if I get into it, it's very difficult for me to get out.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that whenever I come home, I come with the open mind. And sometimes it's really nice to see the character that you're playing as the bird's point of view, so that you know where you're going wrong, where you're going right. Is it
Yeah.
you can watch yourself. So I
Exactly.
feel like that switch on and switch off is that thing that I learned from television.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Love Sonia itself, it's such a heavy. I mean, I've watched that film, believe it or not, 3 times. And
Oh my God.
and I think it's just because it's obviously because of the fact that you're in it, number one, and then obviously the fact that I think it's just such a wonderfully crafted film. I don't think I've ever seen an Indo-American film that is just so sensitive and that's not looking at these characters with the sort of elitist eye. It's just so wonderful to kind of
Mm,
see that. But the fact that you
right.
obviously did do, a film like that in the beginning of your career, and then obviously you did it, another sort of commercial film, so to speak, like Super 30. I mean, what did
Mm.
you kind of gain out of doing these subsequent different style of films? And in what way has it kind of propelled your career?
Anuj, to be quite honest, whatever films came in my way, whatever opportunities I got it and I grabbed it. I never really thought that, okay, this is a commercial cinema or this is like a Hollywood indie film, that zone. So that was not in my head. In what was cooking in my head is the fact that I get an opportunity to stand in front of the camera and appear on a big screen. That was my whole agenda. And a lot of people asked me that was it planned, to first impress the audience and the filmmakers with a powerful performance like Love Sonia, and then
Mm.
do a commercial film, so that you don't have to prove that you are capable of acting. I would rather put it that you're capable of feeling the situation. But that's not what my intention was. My intention was just to do whatever comes my way and just respect it. Because most of the time, people, when they say no to certain things, considering that it is a commercial film or an indie film, and sometimes they regret. So I just didn't want to regret. I wanted to make sure that whatever decisions I take are mine, and because this opportunity is not going to come back. Also because, when it comes to Love Sonia, the crew was international, and I really wanted to learn what is it to film with a crew like them. What is it to act opposite Demi Moore, or just get recorded by Russell Pukoti, or have AR and Bishop as, you know what I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like the
absolutely.
entire
Mm,
pattern is absolutely different. But
mm.
honestly, in my head, there was nothing like this ki indie film karna hai, ya Hollywood film, matlab, yeah, Bollywood film karni hai, ya,
Right.
I just did whatever
Came your
came
way.
my way, honestly. Mm.
That's good. I think sometimes the best decisions are made when you do go with the flow. I think that's one thing that we've all learned,
Yes,
you know?
going with the flow is very important.
It is.
Because you know what, Anuj, I feel like sometimes we want something and we don't get it at that particular time, but we forget that what we already have. So why not make the best use of what you already have, you know?
Yes, exactly. I mean,
Mm.
I just remember when you said that, I just remember Irfan Khan's words, when life gives you lemons, then, we make lemonade. How whether we make that lemonade or how we make that lemonade is entirely up to us. But I
Up to
think,
us.
I think that's just such a beautiful thought. But thank you so much for sharing with that thought with us, Mrunal. Of course, Ghost
Mhm.
Stories, which was obviously a very big opportunity for you. I mean, you were working with Karan Johar. I think it was, and with obviously with Netflix as well. Obviously the film, I believe the reviews weren't as favorable or as, highly regarded as we thought it would be. I mean, how disappointed were you with it, and how have you overcome that sort of experience and that sort of outcome of the film?
Um Honestly, I don't think I was disappointed.
Mm,
uh, I think it was a great experience, and a lot of people told me I look great in it, and that's something that I mean, honestly, this is the look that I have never had before in my previous
true.
films.
Mm,
So there's something different from what I've done. As far as Ghost Story is concerned, I'm glad that I got those 6 days to spend with Karan on the sets of Ghost Stories. And Karan is an extremely, a director who makes his actor feel very comfortable. uh, Honestly, I had a very different thought process before, I even met him. I felt like, oh my
yeah.
god, he's going to be so is he going to be strict? Is he
Yeah.
going to be like so I was like, okay, Mrunal, you have to pull up your socks, because if you do not perform well, you don't want to leave that impression
Yeah.
when it comes
Exactly.
to control, right?
Hmm.
So uh, it was fun. It was great to hear stories from him about, his debut film, and Shah Rukh and Kajol. And it was nice to be, because it's every girl's dream to work
Yeah.
with Dharma. We all have grown up watching those movies, and I just didn't believe it was happening.
Yeah,
It was a
exactly.
great learning process,
Mm.
and the genre was different. What was also fun is the fact that Avinash was an extremely supportive co-actor. Not just that, but he scared the hell out of me. But he's a sweetheart. It was a
Yeah.
great journey. Karan was fantastic, and I want to work with him soon.
I want to see you work with him again too. I can't get that visual out of the scene where the opening scene was like Madhaniya and you're sort of working in
Oh
that proper
yeah. Oh
bridal
my
outfit.
God.
I kind of
It
made
was
me a bit
actually like a
emotional.
dream come true, because uh, girls who want to be Bollywood actresses, they always dream of wearing Manish Malhotra,
Yeah,
um, getting makeup by Mickey Contractor, and getting directed by Karan Johar, produced by Dharma. It's like a full package. It's like dream bucket list. Tick, tick,
yes,
tick, tick,
exactly.
tick,
Ticked
tick.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, it's
So
wonderful. I think every time speak with you and Avinash now, I think I'm just going to be like, Peekaboo, I see you. I
I
think.
see you. Oh God.
Oh God. But obviously it was your first well, I mean technically your first actual collaboration with Netflix is Sivagami. Which obviously there's been a lot of anticipation for that. I have been waiting since I think the day I found out that you're doing it when it came in the news and stuff. So when can we expect that? When is Sivagami set to come on Netflix? Do you know?
Well, it was supposed to release soon, but we still yet to finish a couple of episodes. There's
Okay.
a lot of work remaining, and because of the lockdown, it's a bit pushed. And so we're just waiting for the situation to get under control, where it's safe for the entire crew and cast to shoot.
Hmm.
And it'll take time, but I'm sure कि मेहनत का फल मीठा होगा. So you gotta wait for a
नहीं
while.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल इनफैक्ट इतना जितना आप हमें वेट कराएंगी तो तब फल इतना ज्यादा मीठा
I
होगा
think उतना curiosity बढ़ेगी लोगों के अंदर. But
एग्जैक्टली
it's again Bahubali, again an iconic film to be a part of. First collaboration with Netflix. I actually got on board with Netflix 2.5, 3 years ago from now, and at that time Netflix was just growing in
yeah
India.
exactly
So the fun part was when I committed to the series. It's not a film, it's a series.
hmm.
So people used to be like, "Oh, are you crazy, Mrunal? Why would you not do films and do Netflix?" And I don't know, my gut instinct just said that I have to be a part of this.
Yeah,
And clearly, we all are watching Netflix and
exactly.
other OTT platforms. So
Exactly. No, it's funny you
yeah.
say that, Mrunal, actually, because I spoke with Vivek Oberoi not so long ago, and regarding Inside Edge, and he also said the same thing. There were a lot of people who were skeptical about him doing a web series, but it's actually formed the landscape of the current Indian entertainment industry. You know, without
Right.
OTT platforms, I think we all would have been completely bored out of our wits. So I think it's a
Mhm.
good decision. I mean, so what gave you that was it just an instinct thing that sort of made you sort of do Sivagami?
Also, Anuj, because I have never done something like that before. You know,
Historical. Mm.
something historical. It has like a little bit of costume drama to it, and I think that's one character which I look up to as, we've seen like Wonder Woman and many other superheroes, women superheroes, but we don't have that superhero when it comes to from Asia, from India.
Yes.
So I think
Mm.
I think Shivagami is my Shiro.
Hmm.
So a
Yeah, I love
powerful lady, and I really wanted to do something that was that had a little bit firmness to it, firmness, power, uh, and I would be foolish to say no to, because it's once in a lifetime opportunity. You can't say no to
no.
projects like these.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's what I find really interesting, because obviously Sivagami kind of like, I think if we sort of make a list of the most empowering and formidable Indian queens in film and television, I think her name will always be among the top as well, because she was a very strong and powerful force. And of course, Ramya Krishnan ma'am did such a fab job in the actual Bahubali series. So how much of a reference point was that for you when playing the role?
Yes, you know what? The best thing about this Bahubali series that we're doing for Netflix is the fact that the directors told me that, don't come with a pressure on your shoulder that you have to match up to that level, up to what Ramya ma'am has done on screen. You need to just like surrender, feel the situation, and take one day at a time, one scene at a time. We are in this with you. We all are trying to, we all are new to this, the story and storyline and everything. But just make sure that you give your 100%. Do not come on set with the pressure that, oh my God, it was such a difficult character and she played it with such ease. Don't Yeah, so do not worry about that, because every character has a journey, you know. Like if if Mrunal is so firm today, it's probably because of her journey. So it's okay to feel vulnerable, it's okay to feel a little lost in the woods, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's more of that sort of unexplored naivety to her character, which we've not seen before in the actual film
Right.
franchises.
Right.
That's incredible. And I think also, Mrunal, you are also that type of actor who likes to do things which you've never done before. I mean, I'm sure all actors like to follow that suit, because then if they do things that they've done before, they will become extremely typecast, and we would kind of expect the expected with them. In fact, speaking of that, your next major feature films, Toofaan and Jersey, have actual sports undertones to them. So when is this a mere coincidence, or was this something you actively looked out for when signing these films?
So Toofaan I had already signed, and I had already finished like 50-60% of it, is when Josie got offered. And even before watching the original Jersey or reading the script, I was like skeptical about the fact that no, it's a sports film. I don't want to do it.
Right.
But then there's one thing in my head that before saying no to anything, I have to know what exactly it is.
Yeah.
So I wanted to watch the film before saying it no. You never know, So I made sure that I watched the original Jersey. And trust me, Anuj, I was in Goa shooting for Ghost Stories when this happened.
Okay,
Yes.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yes, when I was watching Jersey, and the emotions. I mean, it was such an emotional film. I just couldn't stop crying. It touched me somewhere, and I felt like this character would make a huge difference. And you get that feeling inside. No one apart from you no one other than you would be able to play this character well. So Mrunal, you have to take this. Although it was difficult, doing Toofaan and Jersey at the same time. It was so difficult.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the biggest challenge for me.
Yeah. I was gonna say juggling between different characters, different films, different sets. It must be a complete like ping pong in your mind going on.
Yeah, but again, like the base, if you see, it had the same base, sports. So
exactly. So obviously, I believe so. Obviously, because I've not seen the actual original Jersey yet. The fact that
no problem, it's okay. This is the reason why we're making the remake, Anuj. Because the story is so beautiful, we want it to be in Hindi and reach out to more audience, so that people like you who have not seen the original Jersey would be able to see this at least.
Exactly. Do you know what? I love South Indian films though. I'm a huge fan of the content that's coming from regional cinema. It's absolutely epic. But anyways, coming back to Jersey and Toofaan, will we be actually seeing you in any sporty avatars by any chance? I don't think we will, right?
Sporty? Wow, I would love to do that. Definitely not in Jersey and Toofaan, but just hoping that this lockdown turns out to be fruitful, and by the end of the lockdown we would be able to announce about that sporting. So I'm giving you a hint, there's something coming up.
Oh my god. Okay, This is very exciting. Heard it here first. But thank you for that, Mrunal. And I think it's also magnificent to see you sharing screen space with tremendous talents like Farhan Akhtar and Shahid Kapoor. So what has been,
Mhm.
given your experience, what has been their greatest strength as co-stars?
I think like as when you are there on set, of course, I initially got intimidated because they're like Shahid is like they both are like very very powerful performers. So sometimes down the line you just feel like, oh my god, I wish I do not fumble. Same thing happened while doing Super 30 also. But then I think I feel I'm really blessed. Whoever I worked with, they have always been so supportive and made sure that I'm comfortable. Uh, and there's a lot to learn, Anuj. People say that go to an acting school, learn from there, and you're done, everything. No, it's not like that. You learn so many things from each and every co-actors of yours, uh, and I think filming is a learning process. So I think I'll be very thankful to each and every co-actor of mine till date. So yeah.
Definitely, no, absolutely. I think with Jersey, I'm also looking forward to the songs because Shahid's last film, Kabir Singh, gave us some
Oh yeah.
amazing
That's true.
songs.
Yeah.
Like,
Parampara, yeah, those
yeah,
two are fantastic. And the music, look, I've heard the music is fantastic. Like,
in Jersey,
I
really.
can't tell much, but it's so sweet. It's sweet.
Oh my
Love
God, I
it.
can't wait. This is really exciting. Like, you know what? This is like kind of making me want to know more, but I know obviously you cannot say reveal anything right now because the film is still kind of under production and stuff.
Hmm.
But that's amazing. But
Yes, yes,
also
right,
your next film, Aankh Micholi, is also a very special film because I believe it's your first comedy film. But besides that,
right. It's my first.
in what way will we see a different side to Mrunal Thakur in this film?
I think you've never seen Mrunal Thakur smiling on screen because when it comes to Love Sonia, she had to go through that journey. When it comes to Ira, she was killed by the end of the journey. And and when it comes to Aankh Micholi, you would only see her smiling and laughing,
Yeah.
and I think comedy is very difficult, and especially when you have Paresh Rawal in the frame, when you have Divya Datta, and it was a great journey. And Umesh Shukla sir made sure that I improve my craft. The script was very difficult. It लगता है कि कॉमेडी बहुत इजी हो सकता है बट नहीं it's not like that.
Hmm.
It is in fact you have to give your 3000%. It's that
Hmm.
difficult.
Really, wow. So, I
But
mean,
I'm sure that audience who would watch me would be shocked to see me in this avatar because they'll be like, oh my god, uh, ये हंसा भी सकती है.
well, I think if the audience haven't caught on yet, they should actually check out your Instagram stories and like some of your posts as well, which are really adorable and hilarious. I'm sure. I think we'll be
Oh my
able
god.
to like sort of take that on. But I mean, from the poster, the initial first look that I saw, where you all sort of have these very surprised and mede expressions, it seems like it's like a very family oriented comedy, right?
Yeah, it is a family oriented family film. So my thing is like I always want to explore different genres, and I want to make sure that whenever people go watch a movie they don't have to leave their kid behind, or just I just want all of them to sit together and just enjoy the film. Earlier this film was supposed to release by Diwali
Yeah.
2020
Hmm.
this year, but then looking at the situation I don't think that is happening. But whenever the film comes out, I'm sure like the family would be like, it would be like a chaos and people would be just like laughing and rolling on the floor. So uh can't wait for that thing to can't wait for the release of Aankh Micholi. The film is complete though.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it? Okay, so who knows? Maybe
Yes, we finished the film.
so. Hopefully, if lockdown and stuff and things probably get back to near to normal, maybe it
Yes,
could still happen in Diwali, right? Possibly.
you never know. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed at the moment. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely. Like every time we sort of
Mhm.
speak with actors like yourselves who are fresh, raw, and really authentic, in their crafts. There's always that talk about nepotism and all of that, but don't worry, my question's not about that. The fact that
No, but it's okay. I don't worry about that. It's
that's
fine.
good, and I love that. But the fact that obviously, sort of fresh talents like yourself, like Siddhant Chaturvedi and Vishal Jetwa, have sort of made such huge marks with their performances and crafts. How accepting has the industry become towards actors like yourself who don't really have any industry links per se?
Anuj, eventually what matters is the audience.
Mm,
And audience are becoming smarter because they have access to OTT platforms where they have they can just rewind and rewatch that scene and judge and find the faults. Like
mm,
movie theater mein wo option nahi hota hai. When
yeah,
you just watch it, it's gone. But now here the audience have become so careful that, oh, this is the fault and ye aise kar sakta tha. So I
mm,
feel like kudos to the audience, because right now what they are demanding is more like content-driven films or more natural acting, or they appreciate good performances. And thanks to social media also, because of which like Vishal Jetwa, he's such a fantastic performer.
he's amazing.
And when the audience, when the fans, when they appreciate the work of these actors, of outsiders, if you
Yeah.
say, then we
Oops.
they can't go on.
Yeah.
No, it's okay, there's no need to do oops, but trust me, on everybody needs to do work, everybody needs to work hard.
Mm,
Eventually what matters is the fact that who won audience's heart.
yeah. Exactly. No, absolutely. I think
That's it.
it's true, and the fact that, like you mentioned as well, OTT platforms especially, they provide access to world cinema. So it's not just films from India. It's also films from. I think everyone has been binge watching Money Heist. Am I probably the only one in the
Mm-hmm.
world that's probably still not seen it?
No,
Again,
it's okay, that's fine.
so I think it's just wonderful to see the fact that it's sort of changed. The fact that it has changed. How much do you think the audience has become more accepting of new talent because of that as well? The fact that we're seeing more faces on the digital platform as well. So do you
Hmm.
think that's been a huge boon as well for actors like yourself?
Yeah, it is honestly. And trust me, I feel like there's a revolution in the industry right now. Things are
Yeah.
changing. For example, let's begin with female-centric films. Like my first film is Love Sonia. Imagine there are so many
Mhm.
actresses who had to struggle for number and number of years to get female-centric films. Like PC got fashion at the ninth year of her career.
Mm.
So things are changing, and like I said, audience are becoming smarter. Uh, and they'll make the fans will make, like my fans make sure that they appreciate my work,
Yeah.
and they're very honest about it. If they don't like about it, they will say that they don't like. If they like it, then they'll make sure that the deserving person wins so and so category, like they're yeah, better.
Exactly. No, no, no. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. The audience has become a lot more quicker and a lot more honest in passing their opinions and sort of showing that mirror, so to speak. And I think that's wonderful as well to hear. But finally, Mrunal, the fact that you're continuing this successful stint in the film industry. What do you think, in terms of film roles, will challenge you next?
Oh my god, I think see, there are films like, something that's like very action oriented. It's very challenging for me because I have never, I was uh I feel like
Yeah.
I have never come out of my comfort zone, and
No.
this is the moment where I really want to come out of my comfort zone, and it really excites me when it comes to action roles. Getting on a bike and chasing people, or standing on a bridge and jumping in the
Yeah.
in the middle of the ocean. So all these things really excite me. Or also, I'm just watching Lord of the Rings, and it's really interesting how uh, there's so much involved in it. When it comes to fantasy, when it comes to even all the Disney films, uh, there's so much hard work. All you see is the green screen and one tiny actor work. Immense respect to actors who work, uh, you know, when
Yeah.
it comes to when there is green screen. So I feel like this is going to be quite challenging for me. And what is even more challenging is the fact that what to do next.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
Okay, this is done, but what next?
What
Because
next? Yeah. You have to keep
that
overthinking. Mm.
that kind of gives me sleepless nights.
Mm.
That ये हो गया, okay, गांव की लड़की प्ले कर लिया,
Mm.
पटना की हो गई, दिल्ली की हो गई, अभी but अभी क्या? What next? Like,
Mm.
obviously, because the audience, they want something new to the platter, they want something extraordinary, something versatile. So that's one thing that keeps me worried all the time, that what is this one thing? Like Ayushmann Khurrana is so good when it comes to choosing script. Like, I don't know how he does that, how the
Yeah.
best script goes to Ayushmann. So yeah, that's one thing for
It's
sure.
funny. It's funny. I've always called him the Amir Khan of our generation because of his
He
scripts are
is
so on point and his performances are so on point as well. You know,
on point.
I really would love. You know what? I really hope that we get to see you two in a film one day together. That would be amazing if that happens. I've got my fingers crossed if that ever happens in the
Well,
future. God willing.
it is already happening. I'm sure you must have heard the rumors.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I think that would be very interesting. Well, hopefully when things transpire and when obviously, uh, whenever whatever the future holds, we look forward to seeing that. And obviously before I let you go, Mrunal, once lockdown ends,
Hmm.
what do you have planned? What is your plan of action to sort of get back into the stream of things?
Honestly, I am not shooting before September because because of the monsoon, and the maximum scenes that we have to shoot is outdoor. So for me, when it comes to me, my shooting schedule, I'm not shooting before September. I wish as soon as the lockdown finished, I would just go to my sets and be like, I'm just dying to hear roll camera action sound.
Yeah.
But I just wish that everybody's safe, healthy, although the lockdown is getting over. But uh, there are chances that it might spread on a
Yeah.
high amount. But all we need to do is just like take care of ourselves, be healthy, because health comes first.
No, absolutely. And I think it's wonderful to see you do your yoga stuff as well on Instagram. I think it's
Oh
really
yeah,
beautiful. So thank
it's the
you for that.
best. Yeah, breathing is the best. So wherever you feel stressed or anything, especially times like these, very difficult. Anuj, trust me, I go through anxiety and mental health all the time. Mental health issues all the time. All I do is just take deep breaths. It always helps you.
It is. It's so true, and I think it's also important to address to everyone as well that, of course, whilst especially here in the UK, whilst lockdown, regulations are sort of easing, that doesn't mean you go crazy. This is not. Uh,
Exactly.
it's not normal yet. The circumstances are still very much pandemic related. So please, please stay safe, stay alert, and keep those hands washed and keep
Mm,
sanitized as
yeah.
well. Lovely. But Mrunal,
Yes, please.
I think
Thank you, Anuj.
this was
You.
such a beautiful interview, and I'm really glad that we finally had this face-to-face video interview. I love it. We need to do more of these.
Yes, we need to do more of these. Thank you so much, Anuj. You're fantastic, and I can't wait to for the audience to watch this one.
Yeah, I can't wait as well. And once again, a huge congratulations to you, and look forward to catching up with you super, super soon.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Take care
Thank
of
you.
yourself. Be
Thank you.
safe.
You too. Bye.